As you can see, I'm surrounded by green. Well, I'm not surrounded by green, but we are sponsored by the good people at Wash and Go today. The lovely people at Wash and Go. What I'm on about, good people. And people often say to me, Mark, is it not hard being a Wash and Go ambassador? And I always have to reply to them like this. Being a rocket engineer is hard. Just ask Elon Musk. Being Manchester United manager is hard. Just ask the 4 managers that have taken over since Sir Alex Ferguson. Being an NHS worker, that's hard. Heroes. That is really hard. But being a shampoo ambassador is as easy as taking a bath. It really is. So next time you're having a really hard day, just run a bath, light some candles, put on some relaxing music and lather up with Wash and Go. Classic Wash and Go. You can pick up your bottle at any good retailer or by hitting the link in the description and getting it delivered straight to your door. Thanks very much to Wash and Go for supporting the United Stand. Now let's move on with the show. And remember, Wash and Go, it's invisible. It's invisible. And a lot more to discuss. We're going to start off talking about Manchester United though, because obviously it is the United Stand. We're meant to be doing a Brighton preview. I tell you what, if we do a Brighton preview on this channel in the next 48 hours, I'll be really happy. But I decided I am not going to do a Brighton preview because I did this for Brentford and it got cancelled 2 hours after. So, and at this moment in time, there'll be very little point in me telling you how Brighton are going to line up or how we're going to line up. I still think a game can happen. I think United can get 14 players and I think Brighton can get 14 players. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. And if it is going to happen, then we'll do the preview. But we've got lots and lots to bring you. Of course, we've got Manchester United against Brighton on Saturday, but we were meant to be getting Leicester against Tottenham tonight. That has now been suspended as well. So there is rumours that the Premier League are meeting this afternoon to lock down over the next couple of weeks and no Premier League football. I don't know what I think about that, but let's just give you the latest on Manchester United and why. I mean, I thought the Brighton game was going to get suspended anyway, but this is from Samuel Luckhurst. He says, Manchester United's game with Brighton on Saturday in doubt. Still no official confirmation from either the club or the Premier League if the game will be postponed. Fewer players at Carrington today than yesterday. Was apparently not at Manchester United's training complex today. It feels like Manchester United have not got a hold on this. Leicester haven't got a hold on it either. Brighton haven't got a hold on it. There's a few clubs in the Premier League that just do not have a hold of this COVID outbreak at the moment. And but on the flip side, Spurs have. They wanted the game to get postponed so they could play Rennes because that was outstanding from their COVID outbreak a week or so ago. Liverpool haven't got any issues at the moment. Villa don't really have many issues. So there are certain clubs. Chelsea have got it at the moment, but there are certain clubs that don't. I mean, does the Premier League need to lock down? I'm not so convinced that it does. I think those teams that can play should play, and teams that can't play don't play. Because I think what that does then is it's encouragement for those players that can't, those clubs that can't play to get a move on. I mean, if I'm Liverpool and I haven't got COVID cases, I'm like, why do we want a backlog? We'll play our game tonight against Newcastle and we'll play Spurs on the weekend. Liverpool are probably a good example at the moment. They're playing tonight against Newcastle. Spurs don't have a COVID outbreak either, so they can play on Sunday. And if I'm Liverpool, I'm going, look, we'll play our games right now, thanks. I don't want a backlog later on. We'll play our games now. And then that puts pressure on the other clubs to go, fucking hell, everyone else is playing games. Let's sort ourselves out. Had a ticket booked for the Brighton game for a couple of months now. 90% sure it won't happen, but would love to find out either way soon. I would hope, Matt, that you will get told this afternoon. McKenna to Ipswich is done apparently. Can you confirm? Says Tom. I don't know whether McKenna to Ipswich is done or not, but if it is, that's something to... It's Christmas! It's Christmas, but... This is quite interesting as well. We're going to be talking about Dean Henderson. Fabrizio Romano has spoken about him. But this is quite interesting as well. So, got the booster this morning. Booster jab. No queue and barely any wait for appointment. Premier League urgently need to show transparency with vaccine uptake among players. Not just league in general, but per club. Supporters, by and large, doing their bit. What about the players? So you've got to have a vaccine to go and watch Manchester United play from now on. But you can come and play for Manchester United without a vaccine. I think that's basically what is being said there. Also, this is from Henry Winter as well. Fast-moving situation. In relation to what's going on, players need to get vaxxed or stay away. So I don't know what I think about this, but I'm just reading out. You know, it is a fan channel at the end of the day. And another point from Samuel Luckhurst, pertinent point that Premier League owe fans for stopping Super League. Game on Saturday's last pre-Christmas fixture with kick-off at 12:30. Many match goers will be up at silly o'clock, others travelling from abroad. Club and league need to show regard for supporters. And I agree with that, 100%. They do need to act a little bit quicker here. And I think that that's what everybody wants to see happening. But the other interesting thing is that when you look at the league table now, Arsenal have played 17 games, we've played 16 games, Spurs have played 14 games. So it's starting to get a little bit disjointed. But McNally says forcing people to get the vaccine isn't right, and I would agree with that. But forcing people, they're quite happy to stop people coming to Old Trafford if you've not had the vaccine. So, you know, I think I'm just bringing it in there that more and more more and more media outlets are now saying, why are footballers being allowed to turn up for training when they're not vaccinated, and it's causing a problem. I don't like this. I don't like this conversation. I'm just bringing it in, and I'm probably going to leave it there. And I don't like to do that sort of thing, but I don't want to go. What I would say is that Premier League rumoured to be meeting this afternoon. I expect Manchester United's game to get postponed because we had the game against Brighton postponed. Brighton tried, Graham Potter after the game last night between Brighton and Wolves wanted to have that game postponed. I think they will come in and speak to the Premier League today and say, look, we've got more people that have not trained today. We can barely put a team out. We want it to get postponed. That's what Leicester did. Leicester tried to get their game against Spurs postponed last night. They've done it today by saying we've got more COVID cases today, so therefore we can't play the game. I think the Premier League need to be applauded, actually. I know this is going to be quite controversial, but I think the Premier League do need to be applauded. I think that there are a lot of people quite frustrated at the moment, and I'd put myself in that category as well. But it's very clear to me that the Premier League are trying to get games played, and they're trying to not shut it down. And I applaud that because, as I said, Liverpool and Newcastle play tonight. Liverpool and Spurs play on Sunday. Why can't they play? They don't have any COVID outbreaks at the moment. So why would they not play their games? United can't play. Leicester can't play. Well, you know, get on top of it. Get it sorted in the next 10 days. You've got a Boxing Day game to sort out. And I like that approach. Until you can't do that approach. But I think for me at the moment, it's a little bit early to start saying let's lock the Premier League down like some people are saying should happen. I don't think even half the clubs can't play games at the moment. We know Leicester can't. We know Manchester United can't. We know Brighton don't want to. Chelsea probably are heading towards that. That's only 4 clubs. So, you know, we're not even at halfway stage yet. Our other leagues around Europe.